Hello, I'm Tracy Pa, and welcome to another episode of Scope. Papua New Guinea faces a critical moment in youth development. Several initiatives are reshaping opportunities for young people across the country. With nearly 60% of the population under the age of 25, youth engagement has become a national priority. One such youth network is YPEA, or Youth Peer Education Network. In an interview with TV1, Joshua Lato, the National Youth Coordinator, highlights the current role of YPEA in PNG and the Asia-Pacific region.
YPEA is a youth-led network in PNG and affiliated to YPEA in the Asia-Pacific region with its headquarters in Bangkok, Thailand. It empowers young people to take action on issues like health, education, gender equality, and climate change. The initiatives align with the United Nations SDG 17, ensuring that young people are active participants in saving a better future. This youth-led organization primarily focuses on the well-being of students in tertiary institutions, providing a space for them. YPEA works with UNFPA, UNICEF, and other international agencies to develop peer education programs that addresses health, gender equality, and civic engagement. These partnerships help YPEA train young leaders, implement community-based projects, and influence policy making.
Back in the days, there was this, the HIV/AIDS was increasing. So in order to decrease the number of the HIV/AIDS, the number of the cases were increasingly because of they are mostly affected were the youths or the young ones. So in order to decrease that, the UNFPA has established the network, the YPEA, and then YPEA was it's to there is the Asia Pacific, the YPEA office itself, in the implementation, but when we come, the YPEA itself, the network comes in advocacy. So we advocate, and then we create avenue for experts, and we create avenue for the people who are actually in the field to come and talk about sexual health, the topics that has been mentioned. And so that we create avenue like webinar series, we create workshops, forums, and then as well as we participate in volunteers. We participate as volunteers to our organizations.
YPEA PNG has been actively involved in impact-driven projects that support youth empowerment and community development. Some notable initiatives taken include Haven's Village Donation Drive. The YPEA PNG Campus Network at Divine Word University in Madang organized 20 repacked buckets of second-hand clothes for Caritas Caregivers Madang. YPEA PNG participated in Youth Resource Week at Sir John Guy Stadium, engaging with young people and sharing valuable knowledge and resources. They hosted a virtual discussion on World Health Day, virtual call under the theme Healthy Beginnings, Hopeful Future, with featured experts from Maristops PNG, speaking on youth health and well-being. And YPEA PNG is expanding its presence on Instagram to connect with other youth to drive empowerment and community development initiatives.
Audience like the youths, targeting age group of 18 to 30 and 18 to 30. And we have campus networks in Vudal, UPNG. UPNG is where we are stationed now, and we don't have an office yet. And we are still in the process of registering our network at the IPA and then IPA. And we have networks from like Unitech, UOG, Woodall, Pomtech, and some prospect PAU coming on board this year. And last year we have colleges and universities.
YPA PNG recruits campus coordinators to represent them at universities and colleges, fostering peer education and leadership. Through these partnerships, YPA strengthens its ability to train young leaders, implement community-based projects, and influence policy making. By working with global and regional organizations, YPA ensures that its initiatives remain inclusive, innovative, and impactful, helping young people drive sustainable change, discussing youth health and sustainable well-being with experts from Maristop's PNG.
For our support, we write to UNFPA and some of our advocacy partners like Maristop's and Sarah Brian Bell blood transfusion team led by Xenia Penny. So yeah, we get like in terms of not fun, but we get support in terms of refreshments. So in that way, like we can host the and then programs, so everyone has to get.
YPA PNG's work aligns with multiple Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, particularly those related to health, education, gender equality, and human rights. The initiatives cross several SDGs. They support youth civic engagement, encouraging young people to participate in democracy and decision-making.
SDG it's the United Nations goal, mission 2030 goal.
Yep.
And it's a big topic. So each SDG talks about different lives, walks of life and life different. So what the UNFPA does, we talk about sexual health and reproductive rights, and then GBV, gender-based violence. And so like what we do, like we the youths that are in, like they can be in their communities, like okay, they passed out from school or they doing nothing, and then like okay, like just waiting for parent or look like waiting for something to happen or probably like miracle or something. But the YPA stands for like Youth Education Network, Youth Peer Education Network. So like it's a volunteer base, so why not we take the initiative, and then as being like not getting paid or we being volunteer, and then if they can see like us, we are not getting anything, but from like our, we are still relying on our parent, and then from us we can walk on the street and then do like, okay, we are doing advocacy work, and then they can see us as like, okay, oh, they're not getting anything, but they are doing advocacy work, rather than going into do petty crimes and then involved in some things, illegal activities that are not like, it's not going to help them. They will be part of us. They can be part of us, so they can see us as a help to them, or so that's like, so we want to educate peer-to-peer educators.
Their approach is intersectional, meaning they address multiple SDGs simultaneously through youth-led advocacy, education, and community outreach.
Watching Scope. Make sure to like or leave a comment under this story on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok pages. When we come back, the police force increases manpower with 226 new recruits. 226 police recruits in the second batch of the 2023 recruitment program have been deployed as probationary officers to 22 provincial centers in the country, ready to serve. 25 women and 201 men passed out from the Bomana Center of Excellence on Monday, June 2nd in Port Moresby after 6 months of intensive training under the new structure. They qualified as members of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary. "226 probationary officers, fresh out of the Bomana Center of Excellence, have been deployed throughout the country for an additional 18-month internship training in frontline policing in order to complete their competency acquisition program before they are accorded the status of a fully fledged constable. The recruits left no stone unturned as they marched with courage, perseverance, and a commitment to serve their people with honor, wearing the blue uniform as a symbol of strength. Consisting of 25 females and 201 males, this second batch of the 2023 recruitment drive underwent 6 months of intensive training. The training helped shape and mold them into strong and determined probationary officers, ready to provide effective policing services to the people. On Monday, June 2nd, under the directives of their commanders and trainers, the recruits participated in a rigorous parade that started at the training mess and ended on the training field. For the first time, a 50th Independence Anniversary pattern was showcased at the parade where the recruits formed the number 50.
It's not just a ceremony. It marks a major milestone in your personal journey from different backgrounds and from different provinces and from different cultures. But it also makes and marks a major milestone in the continuing strength and renewal of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary.
They are part of the 448 recruits who passed out from the 2023 batch. 201 of them graduated last year. In essence, the graduates completed their 6 months of training and will now work through their 18-month internship period in frontline policing. Present to witness the ceremony was Deputy Prime Minister and lay MP John Russo, Australia High Commissioner to PNG, Fiji High Commissioner to PNG, Police Commissioner David Manning, representative of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, family and friends.
Our citizens of Papua New Guinea who look forward to the police force as a savior, as the angels of blue, to help, protect, serve, and guide them. That is your role, not to become the enemy of the people, but to become the protector of the people of Papua New Guinea.
When addressing the recruits, Russell says the passing out of these recruits signals their readiness to take on one of the most important and challenging roles in society, to uphold the rule of law and safeguard the people, especially the people who required protection.
The RPNGC workforce grows to nearly 7,000 men and women, 7,000 members. That is not enough for a population equity ratio for a population like Papua New Guinea of close to 12 to 13 million people. The United Nations population to ratio recommendation wants 26,000 policemen and women to be able to serve effectively through all our provinces in Papua New Guinea. We currently have, or used to have, 5,000 men and women. We used to have 5,000 men and women. So you can see that the ratio of numbers is not comparable, is not sufficient to be able to combat the law and order and to serve our people throughout the country. We need another 20,000 men and women.
Russell reminded the recruits about their roles and responsibilities and urged them to serve in unity, upholding the rule of law at its highest standard.
After this pass out, be moving to the front lines of policing, posted across the provinces, some in rural areas, some in urban cities, answering the call to serve where your presence is most needed. Go with pride and ensure you serve 100% to our people. I am certain you all are very proud of yourselves today, especially your families. However, what I see here today, the smart young men and women, the beautiful parade turnout, the discipline, the attitude, the marching drills. Keep that, reflect on it, ensure you carry it with you. Do not leave it behind at Bomana. Carry one of you and serve with it proudly in every province you go to. Make certain you carry that discipline, carry that pride, and carry the essence of what you were taught here to become the pride and the flame for our country.
Russell said the current police force is 7,000, which is not enough to cater to the 12 to 15 million people. This calls for the recruitment of more police officers. The Deputy PM urged the recruits to implement the RPNGC Code of Ethics and remember that their mandated role is to protect the people they serve. In a statement, Commissioner Manning said these young men and women have demonstrated the commitment, discipline, and determination required to join the frontline policing. They now take their place in serving communities across the country at a time when law and order remains a priority for the Marape-led government. He said these graduates represent a broad cross-section of the nation, with recruits drawn from nearly all provinces across Papua New Guinea. Among them are 25 women, reflecting the constabulary's ongoing commitment to increasing gender representation within the organization. He said a further recruit intake will commence training in mid-June, with another intake scheduled for the third quarter of this year. Commissioner Manning thanked the government for its ongoing investment in the constabulary's modernization efforts, including training, resourcing, and international partnerships. Manning spoke directly to the new personnel, reminding them to wear their uniform with pride, serve with honor, and always remember the trust placed in them by the people of this nation and execute their authority with diligence and fairness. Acting Assistant Commissioner in charge of the Constabulary's Human Resources Division, Gaiwari Tinga, announced that on Friday, June 13th, these recruits were deployed to undergo their 18 months training. Tinga said the bulk of them, totaling 78, are posted to the Highlands region, with Ella set to receive 30 and Enga to receive 20 of them. 10 will be deployed to Southern Highlands, Chimbu will also receive 10, and Western Highlands will receive 8. 31 of these graduates will be deployed to the Border Command, where East Sepik Province is poised to receive 10, West Sepik 5, and Western to receive 16 probationary officers. The Constabulary's Northern Command will receive a total of 27 recruits. 9 will be deployed to Morobe, another 9 will be deployed to Medang, and 9 will be deployed to Eastern Highlands Province. The New Guinea Island Command will receive 50, equating to 10 personnel each. After the break, leading the world with trust, the Japanese government helping Papua New Guinea since 1974. With the motto of Japan International Cooperation Agency, leading the world with trust, the Japanese government is helping people around the world, including Papua New Guinea, through the Japan's Overseas Development Assistance and its International Cooperation Agency. On Thursday, 25th May, in support of celebrating 58th years anniversary of Papua New Guinea's independence, the Embassy of Japan and JICA PNG held a media conference to showcase the work of JICA in Papua New Guinea since pre-independence. Frida Kana with a story of significant contribution to PNG's development.
Leading the world with trust is the Japanese government's motto in helping people around the world, including Papua New Guinea, through the Japan's Overseas Development Assistance and its International Cooperation Agency. On Thursday, 25th May, the Embassy of Japan and JICA PNG board members hosted a media conference to showcase its work in the country and the continuous partnership since pre-independence. Alan Echo, Program Officer for JICA PNG, introduced the different areas of development they are contributing to assist in PNG's development.
There are two projects currently ongoing. The first project is the project for public investment management. The overall goal of this project is based on the public investment project guidelines, which is already existing. Based on these guidelines, national budget is managed with transparency. And during this budget exercise from 2022 to 2024, the processes of DNPM, Development National Plan and National Planning and Monitoring, to manage, monitor, and evaluate public investment projects and the ones of line departments to make plans and proposals of their projects formalized. The technical cooperation project in this phase 2 of this project aims to make sure that the NPM and line department select public investment projects and manage national budget through the PIP guidelines. PIP means Public Investment Program. PIP guidelines and monitor and evaluate the project. During this budget exercise from 2022 to 2024, the processes of DNPM, Development National Plan and National Planning and Monitoring, to manage, monitor, and evaluate public investment projects and the ones of line departments to make plans and proposals of their projects formalized. The technical cooperation project in this phase 2 of this project aims to make sure that the NPM and line department select public investment projects and manage national budget through the PIP guidelines. PIP means Public Investment Program. PIP guidelines and monitor and evaluate the project.
ODA started when Japan joined the Colombo Plan, an international organization to assist developing countries in 1954. Today, the government of Japan supports more than 190 countries. Last year, the country marked the 70th anniversary of Japan's ODA in general for the whole world. 190 countries and regions, and the year 2024 marked the 70th anniversary of Japan's ODA. A digital presentation of the history of development activities was displayed for the media to capture. Building of road bridges were some of the major infrastructures which JICA assisted in development. Example, the road bridges connecting districts in Bougainville to Arawa Township. Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, as an implementing organization of Japan's ODA, has several schemes to conduct Japan's ODA, such as technical cooperation, ODA loans, ODA grants, volunteer program, and so on. Meanwhile, the MOFA and Embassies of Japan also has other schemes, such as a grant aid for economic and social development program and grassroots grant. The country representative of JICA went through the priorities of the Japan government as in its cooperation with Papua New Guinea.
In terms of climate change, we have two approaches. The one is adjusting to the climate change itself. It's called adaptation. Yeah. And then one is trying to stop climate change. Yeah. That is called adaptation and mitigation. Yeah. So far, as I mentioned, in this climate change issue, we have been working with the PNG Forest Authority for sustainable forest management. But as I mentioned earlier, this is now also contributing to the mitigation of climate change. Yeah. But for adaptation, we are also, for example, when we, construct some infrastructure facilities, those infrastructure facilities should be also resilient to climate change. For example, when other influence of climate change, maybe flooding, landsliding could occur more often than the past. Yeah. So when we construct those facilities, we should also consider those risks of climate change, and then we have to make those facilities resilient to climate change. So this is our thinking.
In conclusion, Ambassador Mochizuki summarized the history of Japanese cooperation with Papua New Guinea since before independence.
So I wish to congratulate 50th anniversary of independence of Papua New Guinea, and I wish to extend my greetings to all the people of Papua New Guinea and the government of Papua New Guinea for this memorial prestigious year. Papua New Guinea is a country blessed with wonderful people, natural resources, and nature. So your future is bright. Next 50 years onward will be the first most important step for the people of Papua New Guinea. Japan is determined, and we are pleased to be cooperating and collaborating with you for the nation building and further prosperity of Papua New Guinea.
PNG and us are determined to continue our relationship over the next 50 years and beyond.
Make sure to like or leave a comment on the stories in tonight's episode on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Until next Sunday, I'm Tracy Pa. Have a safe week ahead.